anticipation of watching these two play.
Could have been oh so different. New Zealand no first slip, would have been straight to first slip. After that, there was some good balls that went past the outside edge, but the Indians were patient. They weathered, it wasn't really a storm early on. They just got themselves established, and once the hardness of the ball had been taken out, or the hardness of the seam and the shine had come off it, they were into it. New Zealand tried the odd short one, but India was up to it. It was an initial plan, but every short one that was bowled got punished. New Zealand got a little bit frightened. They started pitching up a bit more, and the Indians were all over that. You drop short or bowled a bad one, you got the treatment as well. It was the lesser bowlers, let's say, who struggled the most. Both batsmen going past 50. Right, Sharma, Shikadawan combining for an initial stand of 154. And at this point, it looked like India was on target. They could have pushed 400 at this point. They were going great guns. New Zealand were absolutely desperate for a wicket. It just would not come. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, it all wasn't working. Trent Boult came back in and they got stuck into him straight away. Still probably the pick of the New Zealand bowlers. Finally, New Zealand made a breakthrough. It was with a pretty average ball. I think Trent Boult would even admit that. He got a little bit lucky there. Short, wide one. Virat Kohli came to the middle, looked very good. Sharma was the next to go, so New Zealand was effectively able to go bang, bang. It didn't really matter because they were still able to create partnerships. I thought Raidu played very, very well. It was an efficient knock. And with Virat Kohli, they were really taking it to the New Zealanders. The run between the wickets was good too. You won't see any of that here. You'll see the big hits. But they were taking on the field. Then finally the short ball did work for New Zealand. That was Virat Kohli gone. In came MS Dhoni to a reception worthy of a Kohli or a Tendulkar. At this point, they were looking to get on with it. Lockie Ferguson got a caught and bowled there. New Zealand had for just a wee bit, was starting to look like they were going to finish the strongest of the teams. But the Indians had other ideas. That was not flash at all. Just a little bit casual there from Colin de Grandhomme. And New Zealand conceding about 30 from the last couple of overs. 70 from the last 7 overs, and India go into the halfway break at 324. New Zealand will probably think, you know what, it could have been a lot worse. Gupta was the first to go. Just got him between slashing and running, and so didn't get it far enough. Williamson had a fantastic over where he absolutely took to Mohammad Sami. A couple of good hook shots, a magnificent shot off the back foot, trademark Williamson. And then he just dragged one on. Probably should have played it straight and tried to go square, kept it a little low, and he was gone. Munro had a decent start, 31, before he tried to play that sweep shot of his, and it was his downfall. Taylor came in, and he was another one that got a start, 22, before he just inexplicably just lifted his foot in defence. And Dhoni is just lightning sharp behind the stumps. That was a nice shot from Latham. He's a good player against spin, but not so on that occasion. Totally and utterly deceived in the flight. Got him between sweeping, playing straight, and got out. Colin de Grandhomme knows only one way, and that one way was not good enough tonight. Henry Nicholls, another start. When he tried to up the rate, he was deceived by Kuldeep Yadav. That was first ball. East Sodhi just went across one too far. Maybe he thought that was the wrong, and Brace was very good. Very, very good. Played some beautiful shots. How about this one? That is absolutely sparkling, possibly shot of the match. He looked every bit the batsman, and he is an improving batsman. He's more than just a a bowler who bats a bit. His first one-day international 50. So a nice moment from him, but in a losing cause, and he just didn't quite get that one well enough, and he was out. In came the entertainer, Trent Bolt. Lovely shot down the ground. How about this one? Straight drive off a short ball. The strapple, they call it. Last to go was Lockie Ferguson, who had batted pretty well, actually, with Doug Bracewell in partnership. He was caught at long on, and that was the end of it for New Zealand. India won the toss and batted first. Rohit Sharma 87, Shikhar Dhawan 66. They got away to a great start, put on 150. MS Dhoni, the great finisher, was brilliant again at the death, 48. Not out so hard. He's got such a good average because he's so hard to get out. Trent Bolt picked the bowlers for New Zealand, although I thought...